Anyway,
Interesting.
yeah. So enough about cameras and camera accessories.
Okay.
Camera accessories.
So if you don't have a show and tell camera, do you have a show and tell plane, Fitz? I know you've been working on a project.
Yes, I do. So I teased last live show about something I'm getting on the workbench, and I got it. I have a old school Model Works Javelin.
That's the one you were making us guess last time.
Yes. So, but not only do I have the manual, I actually have the plane. So I've been doing some work. I have the fuselage is actually quite a bit of work that's been done on it.
You're doing good.
Yeah, I've been cruising right along on this thing. The next step is I have to put the sheeting. I have to put the bottom sheeting and the top sheeting. So this was done last night. So I put all the formers are in, and I have the corner, balsa, and such so forth. So I think I still have to make the hatch and mount the motor and do the sheeting on the top and bottom. But it's done some pretty good progress so far. But that's not all because
that's not all, folks.
How much would you pay?
It's slices and dices.
Slices and dices.
Look at Stuart. Ooh, Hi, Stuart. Well, that wing has turned. Man, you have made progress.
Oh yeah, that's why I went out to the fuselage.
Around, man.
Man, put me to shame.
I can't even get a good shot in there.
I'm going to interrupt real quick. Steve has asked a question. I'm going to jump in. I'll let you get back to it. But Steve asked what glue, and I was watching Fitz's little live show, putting it together. But by the way, it was very, very slow, jagged video. We'll talk about that later.
I don't know why it's jagged. This is fine. I'm saying nothing's changed.
Exactly.
I did reboot the computer, so we'll see.
I asked the same question, Stephen, when Fitz was putting it. He uses Starbond glue, and he uses a can of accelerator. Show the can, Fitz. Yeah. But anyway, I've always seen Fitz working with this super glue and this accelerator can. So I went to Starbond's website, and they actually have a combo pack where you can buy 3 bottles of CA and that can of accelerator. So it was like $39 maybe. I was like, I'll jump on it. And I told him, by the way, Fitz, it said in the notes, it's that you leave a notes for the thing. I said, Fitz sent me. But yeah, that you were putting that sucker together quickly with that stuff, man.
Yeah, this is pretty neat just because I started with the wing. Sorry if I can't get in the camera. Things are backwards.
That looks good.
So it's nice that you have all these lightning holes that were laser cut into the ribs. And you got your cap stripping, and I did the sheeting. It was funny because I did the live show, and all I did was the center section. Yeah. And it took a little longer than I thought.
Because you made a little mistake there.
Yeah, I made a couple of minor mistakes, kind of rushing. But then other stuff actually went fairly quickly. And they had these neat little tabs that sort of temporary to kind of align things. They're all broken off now because I'm finished. So I was able to do the leading edge sheeting. I still need to do a whole bunch of sanding. Nothing sanded. And you can see the wingtips are also cut.
Wow, that looks really good.
There we go. So yeah, there's lots of lightning holes, very nice laser cutting, everything kind of just jigged together. Really, the plans were just for reference for the most part. So I didn't have to pin anything to the plans other than the spar kind of sort of at first, but for the most part, just some weights and kind of jigsaw everything together. So it's coming along pretty good. I think I still need to do the tail and work on the fuselage, but really happy with the way things coming along. The structures have been pretty good. I think I had one minor nitpick and one thing I did out of sequence, just personal preference, but it was very, very minor. Oops. Nice. So I've been working. It's as I mentioned before, this will be a review article in Model Aviation magazine in some future months. I'm not quite sure. I don't even know how I'm supposed to turn it in. I have to tell them, say, what's the deadline on this thing? So here's the idea of the manual. There's pictures.
If you don't ask, it won't be late.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe that's why I'm not asking.
Yeah.
But actually I've gotten pretty far. Let's see. It's out of 14 pages, 15 pages of instructions. I'm on page 10.
All right.
See what working from home does, people?
Yeah. Working from home, lunch breaks, all kind of stuff. So yeah. So that's pretty good. I also got something on my workbench. Oh, we'll talk about that later. Possible thing for bomber.
Oh.
So what did you say is left on the airframe of the Javelin? The tail surfaces?
The tail surfaces, sheeting on the fuselage, and then all the sanding stuff. The ailerons are done.
Sanding.
Yeah, lots. There's going to be a bunch of sanding. I have to
Yeah.
get the gas mask and go at it. But the framework is going along really quickly. Yeah, really. The next step after sheeting the fuselage is the tail surface.
So you're almost at the 75% mark.
Almost.
So
Some stuff for landing gear.
75% down.
Then you'll be at the 98% mark for 2-3 days.
Well,
Yeah, I'm looking at some stuff, the motor box, some lots of different things. So I just kind of tinker with it at night. I spent a good chunk of the weekend working on it.
George is asking about the wing tabs. Does it has tabs to set the dihedral or the washout or something?
There's the temporary tabs I talked about. That they're especially a picture of them on here somewhere. Yeah, kind of, sort of. So there's little tabs. Try to show it to you.
Hold on, let me
There
zoom in.
is- See, there's a wing rib. There we go. And at the very end is a little tab
Yep.
right there. And see if I can find a better picture of it. Yeah, here we are. So these tabs, right now the wing is upside down. These tabs are, as you can see at the trailing edge, are for alignment of the balsa trailing edge, and they also help align the aileron angles. They're actually pretty clever, but they are delicate. And even on my live stream, I broke off one tab 3 times accidentally. The same tab. And a few other ones I had kind of broke off a little bit, but they were easy to re-glue back on. I just glued them back on with some Sensier or something like that. So yeah, they were a little bit delicate, but it wasn't a terrible problem. But I did snap off a couple accidentally, just being dumb thumbs. But they served a purpose, and they're a good idea. There's some pretty clever engineering in this kit. So guys spent some time. It's real thoughtful, and it's been real nice build so far.
All right.